from a given disaster.
Hey everyone, 2019 is a new year, and with it I'm making some changes to my planning system. This year I will be using 3 planners, however only 2 of these planners will be kept at home. And this planner is actually a transformer planner, which includes a faith planner, a social media planner, and a home planner. I also have this recipe book, which I'm turned into a meal planning planner, and I'm using this one for my work planner. So this one's gonna stay at work. This one will be in my cabinet in my kitchen, and this one for now I'm keeping out on my kitchen table until my craft room is done being built, and I'll keep it in there. The timestamps for each of the planners are listed on this screen for your convenience. This is the first time that I'm going to be using a transformer planner. I was just introduced to this. This idea came from Whimsy Lindsay Plans, but I just think it's such a cool idea. All my planners this year are classic size verticals so that I could turn them into a transformer planner. I chose to use the discs in this transformer planner that came with the faith planner because they are metal. And I only have 3 months of the planners inside of this transformer planner. I keep the other planners on discs that either came with the planner, or this one, since I'm using the faith planner here, are on some extra discs that I had that you can just buy at the store. So I'm going to start out with the home planner. This is where I keep my main calendar and anything to do with personal home tasks like chores or taking care of my health, things like that goes into this one. So I first have my 2019 goals, and then I have the index. I labeled it as table of contents, but this shows me everything that I have in my transformer planner. I've broken this up into 3 different sections: the home planner, the faith planner, and the social media planner. I have a section for long-term collections, which is behind this tab, and I have a bunch of different types of lists in here, and I left space here under long-term collections because I know I'm going to be adding on to this section. If you watch my priorities video, how to prioritize, I'll link that down below for you because I'll go into more detail about that in that video. But I have a yearly list, a monthly list, and a weekly list that I use and reference every single week in order to plan, and I prioritize each of these tasks. I also have here, behind here, family meeting topics, a list of hobbies that I'm actually using in order to organize my craft room, a chores tracker. I have a video on that I'll link below for you. My book tracker and budget planner. And in there I have things like long-term financial goals, pros and cons for making financial decisions, expense tracker, budget review, month at a glance, etc. Everything that comes with the budget planner inserts. And then I have my title page for my actual calendar. This is where I'm going to keep my main schedule. So if I ever need to reference any of the other planners I have, then I'm going to say, see faith planner, see social media planner, see meal planner. I'll physically write that down in here, and that will be my prompt in order to go to a different planner. So since I'm going to be having my quiet time in the morning, up here it's going to say see faith planner, and in my faith planner I will have my schedule of the Bible study that I'm currently working on. So it says long-term collections. It lists everything that's under this long-term collections tab, and then under what's under the budget planner tab, which is right here. And then it says that there is a calendar section, which is right there. So then we get to the faith planner. this front section, I have the Bible verses, and I have a video on how I set this up that I'll link down below for you. I have my sermon notes. Recently, I decided to set up a section for church activities, which are things like the ministries that I'm involved in and all the information that I need in order to attend the event. So that's things like the address, directions, phone numbers of people I need to call, information about what I need to bring for volunteering activities. And this section has been very helpful for me so far. And then we have the calendar for my faith planner, and I'm going to finish setting this up right now. So I listen to something called Drive Time Devotions, which is a Bible study podcast, and they walk you through the books of the Bible one day at a time, and they focus on several verses each day. So what I'm going to do is use this monthly section to mark off which of the days of that Bible study podcast I'm going to listen to. And then on the coordinating day, I will write down what the verses are that we're focusing on that day. This is called the SOAP method. So S stands for scripture. It says scripture, reading plan, and keywords. I'll write the verse down here, and then any keywords that stand out to me here. And then O stands for observation, which is what is God saying to you through that scripture. A stands for application. How can you personalize what you've read and apply it to your life? So perhaps that's instruction, encouragement, or corrections for a particular area of your life. And then the P stands for prayer. So there's not a section for prayer in here, but if you did want to write down your prayers for each day, you could probably relabel these, which is probably what I'm going to do, and write down the prayer that coordinates with each day. They have this section over here for a prayer list, but I would think that these would be the people in your life that you are praying for, your family members, your friends, people at church. I'm going to try, for the most part, to use these pages as they come, and then I'll let you know if I decide to change it up, modify it, and personalize it to fit the needs that I have. So like I said, I have 3 months at a time, January, February, and March right now, for each of these planners in my Transformer planner. And then we have the social media planner. And that's why I added this camera here, because this is my social media planner. This is my year at a glance, and I highlighted in purple my posting schedule. And so I have everything in the social media planner listed here in the table of contents. First I have video ideas, and then within that, brainstorming and video content. Then photo ideas for Instagram and my thumbnails. Analytics. Community, which is where I write down things like video requests. And then the budget for my channel. And I go into much more detail about what is in my social media planner in my video, which I have linked down below. But before, I had this in a color crush, and it just was too small for me, and so this year I've transferred all of the contents that were in that color crush over to this planner. So after the budget tab, we have my calendar, and I'm using this calendar for my posting schedule. Try not to do too many of the same types of videos back to back, and so it really helps me to see it at a month at a glance. Then in the weekly section is where I plan out all of my editing, when I respond to comments, when I make posts on Instagram, when I need to record the videos. This is all scheduled in the weekly of this social media planner. I don't have enough room in the home planner to write all this out. So I really wanted to get a classic size vertical for this year, and I think this is really going to be easier because last year I just didn't have enough room to write everything down. So in the home planner, it's going to say, as one of the tasks, see social media planner, and that's going to tell me to flip to the current week in my social media planner. And then we're back to the home planner. So I was really worried about this planner being too bulky to work in, but because I only have 3 months in here at a time, it's actually pretty manageable, and it doesn't take very long to add the month sections, and I'm only gonna have to do it 4 times a year. And then when I'm done with those months and I replace them, I'm going to pull out these 3 months and move them to the back of the planner. So add them to the rings in the back section. And then my other planner that will be kept at home is my meal planners. I'm creating this recipes notebook, which just came with some blank pages, and I'm adding in an actual planner. So the first section, I have some grocery lists, and this is actually supposed to be a meal planner down here, but because this is going to be the, I have a calendar section in here, I am converting this into my shopping schedule. And then I have this meal planning tab, and I have inserts in here, and I'll go into detail about what those inserts are in a video later on. And I also have the calendar section. I'm using a monthly extension pack, and once again I only have 3 months in here. And then in the back I have all of the recipes. Originally I had my mini planner in my home planner, but I decided that I wanted to keep all of the recipes and the meal planning system in the same place so that I literally only have to grab this one notebook and reference it every single time I need to make something. This is a brand new system that I'm going to be using, and I'll show you how it's all set up in an upcoming video, so stick around if you are interested in this. And then the third planner that I have this year is not going to be kept at home, it's going to be kept on my desk at work. The first section I'm calling collection summaries. These are things or samples that I need to process at work. I'm a researcher, so I have a lot of experiments that I have to do, and there's a lot of things that need to be kept track of. And then I took some notes pages and I added tabs that come with the Planner Society kit to kind of create dividers. And I have these little post-it notes that have notes on each of the experiments that I'm doing that I can use as reference before I start an experiment. I also have a tab for future experiments, ongoing tasks, and then locations. So this is something that you can also use in your home, maybe in your craft room. So if you have some sort of key that you can reference and it tells you where everything is located, then you don't have to worry about whether or not you can find something. So because this is my work planner, I'm not going to be decorating it. I just want to keep it very simple. On the left, I just have a monthly checklist of things that need to be done in the month of January that don't have a specific day assigned to them yet. And then I just write out when I have lab meetings, and I can have scheduled experiments, etc. And then in the weekly, I have it broken up into morning, evening, and organization tasks, which are basically end of the day tasks I need to get done. I also have my scheduled item written here because it happens in the morning. If I had a scheduled item in the evening, then I would have a green box down here. So these are prioritized based upon when they need to get done. A1, A2, A3, B1, B2, B3, C1, C2, C3, etc. And I also have these sticky notes on the side here. These are super helpful. There are often things that don't apply to this week and they don't apply to the next week. And you don't want to have to keep writing down the same task over and over again. So what I do is I write it on a sticky note and then I can transfer it to the next week. And then if this task wasn't able to get done this week, then I can transfer it to the following week. And for me, this has been super helpful and it saves me time because I don't have to keep rewriting the same task over and over again. Over in this section, I am using this check it off list to write down things that I need to order for upcoming experiments. So that is a look at the 3 planners that I will be using for 2019. I really hope this video gave you some new ideas for setting up your own planner system. If you like this video, please help me out and share this video with your friends or anyone you think could benefit from some of the ideas in here. I really appreciate all of the support that I've been getting. I think you guys are awesome. And if you'd like to see more planner ideas, please check out my Instagram @PersonalizeMyPlanner, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye!